Now, Keith, the good news is that this next storm coming in tomorrow is nothing like what we saw over the weekend. But the big question for a lot of superintendents out there and parents, I guess, is if their school will be impacted by the snow.
How about teachers? Teachers are like, they want snow days more than kids, I've decided. I realized this over the years. Like,
They deserve them.
no, I get it. Like, but I just get so many messages. Tomorrow to me feels like an early dismissal day. We'll talk about the timeline here. I usually do not like early dismissals because often they put them out in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's snowing real hard, get kids out of school, but I'll explain why it might make sense here in a second. Chilly already into the 20s and teens. It's going to be a cold night. Some of us into the single digits across northern Maine. Here's our next storm system. It is just kind of this broad area of snow that stretches down into Mississippi and Alabama and northern Louisiana too. A lot of cold air is poured in. You've probably heard about this across the plains, and that's why there's enough cold air for snow down in these southern locations. That's not our problem though. What we're going to be watching is that area developing into what I've been calling kind of a little baby nor'easter. And I say that because it's not a clipper. It's not coming from the west. It's not a full-blown, full-grown nor'easter in the sense that it gets all strong and windy, but it will be in a position of a nor'easter here due east of Cape Cod tomorrow afternoon, and it will have northeast winds, although they'll be relatively light, and there'll be snow with it. So all those things technically do make it a nor'easter. Sometimes I feel like when you say nor'easter, though, it sounds scary. In this case, it's not going to be a huge snow event. So it's quiet tonight, cold. Even tomorrow morning, going to wake up, cloudy, no big deal. This is 8, 9 o'clock, and still just a little snow shower activity. So getting to work, getting to school, no problem. That's why I don't think this is a cancellation day for most schools. But then by noon, we're starting to get some snow across the mid-coast down into southern coastal Maine, and it's really filled in 2, 3 o'clock. So when kids are going home, or in the early end of the evening commute, I think that's when conditions really start falling apart through the evening. This is 6 o'clock. It's snowing moderate with a couple heavy bands, temperatures in the 20s. This is an all snow event for everyone except for maybe the islands of the mid-coast and down east. 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and then we're done with this system. It is just kind of a one-day event. So broadly, this is 3 to 6 inches of snow. Fluffier here with less moisture, a little bit heavier along the coast with more moisture. Not cement snow though, but just more kind of a normal consistency. It evens those two things out. So we actually keep the snow. It stays cold the next couple of days after it. Watching a storm on Friday, that looks like a miss. I'd like to see one more day from this, but I think it is going to be safely out to sea. So it snows and sticks around, and that's what we don't do much of these days. We get snow. We just usually toast it with some sort of inside runner or something like that. It's cold this weekend. Even if that storm misses us, which I think it will, highs in the teens on Saturday and low temperatures in the single digits all the way to the coastline. Sunday, warmer, quote unquote, on Monday into the mid-30s. So this is a bit more of a wintry pattern. I think it's going to be a welcome break, although some people don't like the cold. I get that. But compared to what we've been seeing for fairly extreme weather, this is more between the lines.
Yeah,
here.
and that snow will make everything pretty again.
Yes.
And cover up all the mud out
The
there.
little snow banks are so lame. You got to at least put some over it.
All right, thanks.